This week in Jamaica Now, resigned St. Anne's Bay Mayor Michael Belnavis in the spotlight again. He wants this government property in the parish capital for $10 million. Andrew Holness and Peter Phillips at odds over comments the Prime Minister has attributed to the opposition leader.
That type of fabrication by the Prime Minister is totally unacceptable.
Family demands answers after a woman falls to death in a laundry chute at a public hospital. Alleged King Valley gangsters walk free. August Town declared a zone of special operations. And Olympia Lightning Bolt, track star, and his girlfriend revealed their baby's name. I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. Resigned St. Anne's Bay Mayor Michael Belnavis has retaken the spotlight following revelations that he offered to buy government lands in the capital for $10 million. The offer was made while Belnavis was mayor and has been approved by two committees of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation. But the new mayor of St. Anne's Bay, Sydney Stewart, has indicated that he will review and, if necessary, reverse the decision. The plot of land, located in the heart of the town, houses a Western Union outlet operated by Belnavis, as well as a public restroom run by the St. Anne Municipal Corporation. Meanwhile, the mayor of St. Anne's Bay, Sydney Stewart, is warning that under his leadership it will not be business as usual. Stewart replaced Belnavis on Thursday. Belnavis resigned last week following a Gleaner report that he constructed a building on government lands in Ocho Rios without the approval of the council he led. Meanwhile, a razor-thin majority now separates the People's National Party-led Manchester Municipal Corporation. It happened after People's National Party councillor Faith Sampson-Nichol crossed the floor to join the Jamaica Labour Party. It means the PNP now has 8 councillors to the JLP's 7. Sampson-Nichol of the Johns Hall Division in northwest Manchester told the Gleaner that the decision to join the JLP was deeply considered. However, the PNP says it had communicated to her that she was going to be replaced for the next local government election. This is because her favorability rating had been declining. The opposition leader, Dr. Peter Phillips, is at odds with the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, over comments the Prime Minister has attributed to him. The issue relates to a request by the Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, for a 5-year extension of her tenure after she is due to be retired in September. The opposition leader has objected to an extension, saying the DPP has not managed to secure adequate corruption prosecutions. But according to Mr. Holness, Dr. Phillips also has a curious claim.
That an incoming administration should not be in any way tied to the existing DPP. I wasn't convinced by that argument, which I found to actually undermine the Constitution and the authority of the office. And I've found that to be an unfortunate statement which was raised in the public domain.
Any suggestion in that regard is palpably false. That type of fabrication by the Prime Minister is totally unacceptable. In fact, a new administration would have no role in the appointment of a Director of Public Prosecutions.
The Prime Minister has written to the Governor-General recommending a 3-year extension of the tenure of the DPP. The family of the patient who died under questionable circumstances at the National Chest Hospital in St. Andrew is calling for a thorough investigation and a coroner's inquest into the death. Karsha Johnson Sinclair died on Wednesday after allegedly trying to flee isolation at the hospital. She reportedly fell into a laundry chute, dying on the spot. Her family has retained the services of attorney-at-law Isaac Buchanan. They also say the woman was not a COVID-19 patient, but had been admitted to hospital and placed in isolation to prevent infections while being treated for a pre-existing medical condition. The Southeast Regional Health Authority is also probing the matter. 6 alleged members of the Westmoreland-based King Valley gang have been freed after Chief Justice Brian Sykes found that prosecutors did not prove enough evidence to convict them. In his ruling this week, Sykes said that the main witness, a proclaimed former member of the gang, showed inconsistencies in his statements. Lindell Powell, Carlington Godfrey, Ronaldo McInnes, Kristen Grant, Derval Williams, and Hopeton Sankey had been on trial for breaches of the anti-gang legislation. The 6 were accused of crimes committed between 2016 and 2018. Prosecutors said they terrorized residents of Grange Hill and its environs, carrying out contract killings, rapes, and a string of bike robberies. Although freed, all but Sankey remain in jail on other criminal charges. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has declared a zone of special operations in August Town St. Andrew. It comes as August Town, a community of just 4.7 square kilometers, reels from 10 murders and more than half a dozen shootings since the start of the year. The ZOSO has 3 components: clear, hold, and build, and is the latest in a string of interventions over the past 2 decades in August Town. But will it work this time? It was one of the questions raised at a special Gleaner Editors Forum this week.
The clearing part will not work, right? We're talking about the bill phase. Let us understand, what is really the bill phase of it? You see, we can say things, but we need to understand. What is your understanding of the bill phase?
Correct.
That is it, you know.
That's correct.
Just like how we talk about, people get emotional when we talk about social intervention. It's a broad thing. It's many different things.
So should my understanding be then that you're saying that the ZOSO in August Town will not fail?
And so, for me, you know, I will say to you, any approach by the government in a community to stem homicide, crime and violence in general is a good one, and I welcome it.
Sprint sensation Usain Bolt and his longtime girlfriend Casey Bennett have revealed the name of their baby girl, Olympia Lightning Bolt. Bennett revealed the name on her Instagram account with the caption, "My gift." Bolt also disclosed the name on his social media accounts while wishing Bennett a happy birthday. This is the first child for both Bennett and Bolt. Olympia was born on May 17 at the Nuttall Hospital in St. Andrew. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, turn on your notifications and subscribe today. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, more from the Gleaners Editors Forum looking at August Town and the ZOSO. Will it reap success?
I am not one who is going to sit here in any forum and say I'm not into talking with gunmen and bravery, because guess what happened? From the PMI standpoint, we build community. By building community, we engage with families, we engage with the entire community.
I never saw how in the name of God we would have been able to get to a place where it would have led to a change of attitude in those guys, because sometimes it's hard for us to confront the truth. But I saw it as a way of validating criminality.
So in other words, you're saying that the fighters are known?
Yes, they are known.
And the police know them too?
Yes.
If the ZOSO's objective is to reduce crime, ultimately, I would imagine with steps along the way, then we need a better idea of exactly what aspects of crime they are aiming to reduce and exactly how they're going to do that and why they think that that particular intervention is going to achieve that result.
The fact that JSIF is a lead entity and JSIF has been involved in other ZOSOs, they have the experience and they know what's required.